So we are recording tonight. This is Technology in the Classroom online class. This is our week 3 meeting. It's June 19th. And let me see if I can get a little better. I've been playing with this a little bit. Here's our slideshow for our agenda. We're going to look at other Google services, Google Drive, Google Hangouts, things like that. I have posted discussion question 3, which is topic 8, and I've opened topics 8 and 9 this afternoon. I apologize for not getting those out to you sooner. It's just been challenging. We're going to look at the discussion question number 3, and particularly we're going to look at Bloom's taxonomy. You may or may not be familiar with that, but if you're going to become a teacher, it's one of those fundamental sources of information. We'll look at Google Slides and the assignment that goes with that. And we'll look at the opportunity for questions and answers and then reflections. Okay, any questions so far? Anybody have any trouble with their assignment last week?
The only trouble I had, it kept telling me that it wasn't finished when I posted everything in the classroom, the quiz and everything else. And I think I emailed you about that, and I don't know, maybe I missed something. That's the only question that I had.
I'm still kind of playing with that. It'll come back like that sometimes. Maybe you left off one of the required questions, or it may do that because it shows it unfinished because I hadn't graded it yet. If it was an automatic grade, it probably would have clicked as finished, but because there was a funking question in there, I didn't do the automatic grade, and that may be what caused that. You just have to play with that a little more. Anybody else?
The only problem I had was, how did you get the Chalk Talk PDF document posted onto your classroom so they can see it, the document, and take the quiz?
That's a good question. The document is shared by everybody, okay, and so you don't have to go back and reassign it because it's in there, shared by everybody. And so I just go back into my Google Drive and I look at it. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, let's see, go into Classroom. I think it's right here. There it is. There's the Chalk Talk PDF, and that was for information purposes. So there wasn't anything you could do with that. It was just for you to read. And then the assignment, let's see if I can remember. Now I see this thing starting to all run together. Let me do it this way. Yeah, it was under, that's Google Forms. Oh, here, Google Documents and Collaboration. So there's the assignment. Here's the collaboration is bogus. If you went in and just did editing things here and made comments in this document, then that was the assignment. And there's no way that you would turn it in separately. And you can go into it right now and you could, take a look at it and make changes. See, and I can see when people made the changes and who made which changes. You can too if you open it up again. Everything's time stamped. Does that answer your question? Okay, thank you. All right, any other? That's good. That's a good question. Google, if you do something in Google Docs, it kind of depends. Let me go up here. I'm just going to open up. This is today's this is this week's assignment. If you edited this, and let's say if you went in and you added another document, like, see, I've already added this one, but if I add this one again, and then you have the option of student can view it, which means you can't edit it, or you can edit it. See, so when I put that in, then it shows that you can edit it, but you can't you modify, but there's no way you're going to put it in a there's no way you're going to put it anywhere else. It just stays in my stuff, and I'll know you did the work because I'll look at the assignment. Okay, let's go back. I know there's another way to do it. I'm still kind of learning. All right. So other Google services, drives, and Hangouts. So Google has a lot of other things, and in Moodle I have a PDF document that has a lot of different things that you may not have even thought about. Google Drive, you've probably already been using that. It's got, you put all your stuff in there, and it's a good place to put things, especially if you're going to share them. It's also a source. It's also a source of some things. For example, let me get back to it again. All right, see, so if you go over here and you click New, you've got docs, sheets, slides, forms. Drawings is one of the things that I mentioned on the slide there. So that's where you can draw basic drawing things. Google Map. This is interesting. I haven't played with this yet, but you can make you can take a Google Map, and then you could overlay lines and other things on top of it. You could lay information on top of it. For example, if you were going to do one of the Civil War, you could bring up a Google map of Vicksburg and then draw lines to where the battlements are and things like that, or lines that the way the troops move to get into position, things like that. Google Sites is actually a web, it's a simple web page that you could put, and I know some people have done they use Google Sites with their Google Classroom, and they put information on Google Sites that's going to be the same from year to year, like your class policy or something like that. And they put it on Google Sites so they don't have to change it or go looking for it every year. It's just right there. So that's I didn't mention that, but that is one that's one way you could use Google Sites. Go back here. Then Google Hangouts you get to via Gmail. Let me almost hate to do this. So if you go to if you open up your Gmail, this is a social media place. This is where you can go to chat or to do a video share. And if you're waiting for it, let's see. All right. So if you look down, it's down here at the very bottom on the left-hand side. You've got, you can hang out contacts, so people that you could talk to. This is where you get to your conversations. You can make phone calls, like if you needed to make an overseas phone call, that's one of the ways Google makes money. And they also do videos. So, for example, can y'all get to your, let's try this. Can you get to your Google Mail, get to your Gmail, go to the Hangouts down at the bottom and add let's get together and talk. So you just go to find somebody, enter a name. So here's Tom. Let's see what comes up for Tom.
You probably won't find me because I have mine disabled on my phone. That's why I used my Suddenlink email.
Ah, okay. All right. So
Because
you
it
may
was
not.
my Gmail was compromised. That's why
Uh-oh.
I'm not using it.
But if you want to, you can always. Um, see, and Becky's not. See, I would have thought these people would show up since I have them in my. I have emails, active emails from y'all. This is not looking too good, is it? Oh man. I'm doing Stone Road again. Say he's not showing up. You guys are stealthy. Okay. So that all right then y'all go to your. Let's do it this way then. We'll do it the other way around. Go to your if you have you're available, then go to. Let's go to. I don't want to go to Peppy. I bet you I know how to, I think I can do this. Let's see. All right. So I can go in here and I know I've got something from him. Then I can go down here. Let's find somebody. I go there. And now we're in a thing together. Okay. And then we could add somebody. We go back and we could do it again. Let's see. And Becky hasn't talked to me on this, with this email. This is not my Pepe Le Pew one, but you get the idea, I think. And then you could go in there, and it's like any social media sharing site. You just go in and do things. But one of the things I want to show is that there's also video sharing in this. So it's not just text, but you can actually use this instead of Skype, or technically we could do it like we're doing Zoom, but Zoom's got more features. So I didn't try it with that. But you can do that. You can set up, schedule an event, emails. So there's a lot of things that you can do with it. Okay, so I'm going to close that. All right, so, well. All right, so then that's Google, that's Hangouts. Google Plus, you can get to that from your waffle over here. And then you just scroll down, there's Google Plus. And the nice thing about Google Plus, this is one, I went to a continuing education training today, and we set up a Google Plus account for us. But the nice thing about this, let's see, I'm trying to remember. Becky, aren't you early childhood? Okay, so I can go in here. There's a lot of resources. It's kind of like Pinterest, and you can type in this, and then all of these different communities show up, and so you can let's just go to this site. And the difference between this and seeing, so different people have posted here, people put videos and ideas. It's like Pinterest, but Pinterest is centered on one person, and this is open to a community. So you can get ideas from a much broader group of people. And then you can follow that person, you can add comments to them, so you've got sharing, and all sorts of things that you can do with this. You can, like this, like Margarita used here about the outdoor spaces. And if I wanted to make a comment about that, then I could add a comment and say, wow, that looks really good. You have problems with snakes coming out of the woods or anything like that. So it can be a valuable tool, and in your discussion question is based on that. Okay. YouTube is a Google service, and once again, you can get to it if you go to it from your waffle. Then you're already logged in to you. Okay. Now, let me see if I'm getting out of line here. I'm going to keep that open there because we're going to come back to that. My Maps we talked about. Google Draw is also in the Dropbox. I mean, so I can't see my whole. Is in Google Drive, and it's a nice simple drawing feature. It's not anything fancy, but if you need to make quick diagrams and things like that, it's a very good feature. Or you can upload a picture and draw on it for things like that. It won't replace Photoshop, but it's for quick and dirty. It's a real handy tool. Any questions so far? Just giving you some ideas of what some of the other services are. Okay. Now, your second assignment for the week is in Google Slides. There's a presentation in Moodle. There's a do's and don'ts presentation, and it's. Hold on a minute. Let me get over to this. You go down and you're in better presentations. There's some comments here. This is worth looking at. It's a slide presentation design. Maybe it's going to come up. I've got a lot of stuff open. Now it's just going to download. But it's a PowerPoint presentation because the original, I didn't change it over because it's originally done in PowerPoint, so I thought I'd keep it that way. But it has a lot of good information on how to make a good design. And I really, it's going to be very hard to do well on the presentation project without looking at that slideshow. It's like 30 slides, I think. It's a little long, but it's got a lot of information. Then it's a two-part presentation. This says 3 due dates, but it's really 1 and an and/or. On Sunday, due Sunday the 24th, I want you to make a slideshow talking about you and what you're studying and things like that. And it's just it's a slide deck like you would make up for a class. I'd like to use Google Docs for that. Okay, and then you save that to your Google Drive, and then once it's in Google Drive, you're going to attach it to your assignment for the classroom. And the instructions are on there the instructions are right here on how to do that. Okay, so it's right here, topic presentation. Okay, then the following Tuesday on the 26th in class, I would like you to present your slideshow. Okay, now let me go into slides. I'll just do it. I can just do it from Drive. And then if I go to New, Slides, Blank Presentation, and you're there. Now, if show me hands of, and I'm gonna pause just a minute. I think, hold on, I may have people. Yeah, because it showed. Hold on just a minute. I had this real feeling. Well, okay, so we're back to sharing. I had this. I had this feeling. Oh, one, yep, I knew it. Okay, somebody was waiting. Lynn was waiting to get into class, and I forgot to. I had him in the waiting room too long. That's something I'm gonna have to change. All right. Let me think of what we were doing. We were looking at slides. All right. So in your slides, how many? Let me get a show of hands of folks that have done a slideshow using PowerPoint or something before, made some kind of presentation. All right. So in your presentation, you have down here a place to put your narration. What are you going to say to the folks? So up here, you're going to type whatever information you have, or whatever your visuals are, and then down here, you can type a script. Okay, and the advantage of that is that you can sit there when you present, and you just got your slide up there, and you can just read your script, and you don't have to go off the top of your head. You know exactly what you're going to say. So it's a valuable tool if you haven't seen that before. That's really all I wanted to show in that slide. No, I don't want to do that. All right. Okay, so on the slideshow itself with your notes and all that stuff is due on Sunday. And on Tuesday, that's the 24th. Then on the 26th, in class, I'd like you to present your slideshow. And you're just going to put it up on the screen, and you're going to read it to the class, and you just use your mouse to move from slide to slide. That's all you have to do. And I think it's about 5 minutes, I think, this is the assignment. Okay. And those are the two assignments for this. But what if I'm not going to be here? Well, if you don't present in class, then you have to make a video of your presentation and submit it to the class. And that's due on Thursday. So one way or the other, you've got two due dates. You've got Sunday, which is your slideshow unpresented. And then on Tuesday or Thursday, you have to do your presentation, or by Thursday. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, hold on. Let's see. Okay, this thumbs up, thumbs down. Does that make sense so far? Okay. All right. Okay. Now, the way I would do in the past, if you try to load a video, to Moodle, the Moodle has a very small memory size that you can load, and you can't load HD or anything like that. And everything now is HD; they're just not there. So what I'm going to show you is what I would do if I were going to do this. I would load it to YouTube. I mean, there's two ways you can do this. You can upload it to Google Drive and then do it, save it from Google Drive into your assignment, or you can do it as into YouTube and save it there. The advantages with YouTube, well, the simplest thing is going to be Google Drive. I'll be honest. It takes a while for it to upload, but it's all going to take a while to upload. If you save it to YouTube, then it's easier to get it from your camera to YouTube than it is to get it from camera on your phone down to the drive. That can be a hassle, because if you do it from your phone, which you can just record it from your phone, then you just share it as a YouTube. So I'm learning how to do it as a YouTube thing. You may not want to do the hassle, but if you do it in YouTube, the way you do it, it's really fairly simple. Step one is you go over here to your in the upper right corner, you go to your profile, and you right click on that, and then it's got my channel, Creator Studio, paid membership. So go to Creator Studio, and yeah, let's see. I'm sorry, maybe okay. All right. So you go to Creator Studio, and then right here, you right here. So that's where your profile is. And this button, when you go to Creator Studio, when you're in Creator Studio, this shows up here, and you click Upload. And then you just drag and drop your video in there, or you upload it there, and then it's going to ask you some questions on how to do that. And it's fairly easy to do. And I have a I'll have one or two videos, or one or two maybe I don't. Okay, I'll have one or two videos to help you learn how to do that. The advantage of doing something like that is if you do it in YouTube, then you got it in a channel. You can make it public or private. It's easier to share. You can make, if you have a series of videos, you can make a playlist out of them. So especially if you were making videos for a class, it's a lot handier to put it into YouTube than to have it in Drive. There's a lot more sharing capabilities there. Okay, I'm going to close that. So that's the way I would do that. But you see, it says 3. I wanted to make it clear. If you present in class on Tuesday, you don't have to make the video. If you can't make the class on Tuesday, then you have to come in and you've got Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday to make the video and get it uploaded. Are there any questions or comments about that?
You want to upload it into your classroom, correct? Not our own?
No. This one. Well, what you're going to, I think, Tom, what you'll end up doing is you would upload it in your Gmail YouTube, your Google YouTube account. Okay, that way you control it, and then you're going to share it as part of the assignment. Do you need to see how to do that?
No, I think I could figure that part out. I just wanted to know if I was just going to do a slideshow presentation and present it on the 26th, where I would upload it to Google Drive.
Right.
And then where do you want it put, like in your classroom or my classroom?
it's going to be in Google Drive, and then you're going to go to the classroom that you're a student of. You're going to go to my classroom where you're a student. And yeah, now it's kind of getting confusing, isn't it? Because now everybody's got two classrooms, you know. I think I'm a member of, I think I've got 3 classrooms that I'm the teacher for, and I've got 4 classes that I'm a part of. So you have to keep track. It gets confusing. Yes, it's a good question. You're going to upload it as part of your assignment that I've given you in my classroom.
Okay.
And you're going to link to it. That makes sense? Excellent question. Other questions? Becky, you all right? Okay. All right. Okay, so I think we've got that down. Then we're down to questions and answers. Do you have, oh, we lost, there he is. Do we have any questions? There's Lynn, I see him now. We've got so many people in now that I have to move it back and forth. Good to see you, Lynn. Does anybody have any questions? Lynn, did you have any questions so far? Okay. You were, I didn't get you in early enough. Topics 8 and 9 are posted, and you can see them. You can go back and look at the first part of this video to see what you missed until you came in. Okay. All right. So I think we're down. We're going to get out of here early tonight. Oh, man. So we're down to reflections. And I know we touched on it very shortly, but the reflection is, if you had a Google Plus site, what would you put on it as a teacher and why? Okay, and I'm gonna stop the share. I hope everybody. So if you had a Google site Plus site, what would you put on it as a teacher and why? That's the question. Okay, would somebody like to open the discussion?
I think I would put stuff on it that would answer parents' questions of why we teach certain items, or like science, or why we don't do this, or why we do this, you know, to try to answer their questions. I think that's one thing I would put on the site.
I hadn't even thought of it. That's an excellent idea. I may steal that from you in this fall and share that link to a Google Plus site for my classroom, and they can come in and ask questions. So that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd probably use it in pretty much the same way, like posting things to explain to parents like why we're doing this new kind of math versus, you know, they're like, we didn't do that when we were in school, and some of the stuff like that, because I can't see it like with early childhood being very beneficial for the students per se, but I think definitely for the parents.
That's a good point. And also, see, remember too that like this, a lot of these sites are teacher to teacher. So you could use it teacher to student, or like Tom and Becky said, teacher to parent, and then it's teacher to student. So, I mean, you might even have 3 different Hangouts. You can have as many as you want.
And I could definitely see it being beneficial for like sharing lesson plan ideas.
Lynn and Isaiah, who wants to go next?
Actually, I don't know what Google Plus site is. Can you explain that real quick? I wasn't here for the first part.
Yeah, it's a social media hangout for it's Google Plus is what they call it, and it's a social media hangout place where you can exchange ideas. It's like it can be used like Pinterest, except instead of just focused on one person's interest, there's a community part to it. It was Google's answer to Facebook. It was the way Google tried to challenge Facebook a few years ago, and there's still a lot of use for it, but it certainly isn't beating Facebook by any stretch.
Okay, what I can think of is like I know when I was in high school, there's like a lot of school problems we can't do anything about. So I think if we have like a discussion, maybe like a discussion site, that would really help.
That's an excellent idea. Using it as a forum then to bring in ideas and stuff. That's a good idea. Wow. I feel empowered now. You guys have picked up some good stuff.
And I was agreeing with Tom and Becky. They had some really good ones. Becky talked about the lessons plans and agendas for the week. I thought those was really, really good ones to post on the site, on the Google Plus site as well.
That's good. One of the things, one of the advantages of the Google Plus is that you can add video or links and stuff, but it's not as flexible, it's not as well developed as some of the other sites. Like if you want to share if you want to share YouTube, then you can't just go, there's not an icon that says share YouTube. There's an icon, there's only the icon for sharing a link. So you have to go into YouTube, get the link, put it in there, and then it reads what the link is. And it works fine, but it doesn't work quite like Classroom. Classroom's a more advanced version of what Google Plus could have been. Okay. Any final thoughts? That was silly. I did that, and then I wasn't there to see your thumbs up. Any final thoughts? Everybody's good. Okay, now remember, if you've got any questions, anything I can help you with, be sure to contact me. I'll be glad to help you out. There's only 2 assignments. There's the discussion question and the presentation, but the presentation may take you a little bit of time. So go ahead and get on those. So if we don't have anything else, ala kumba. Adios. We'll see you later. Nice class tonight.